What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe, No Days Off DFS, here to bring you guys that WNBA slate breakdown for the two-game WNBA slate. Of course, we are in the playoffs. We got the Mystics taking on the Connecticut Sun. We have finally flipped the script. This series is 1 of 1, and then New York Liberty trying to close it out on the Las Vegas Aces floor, playing on the Aces home court finally. We have pretty decent playoff series going on right now, especially in the Connecticut and Minnesota Lynx. I will say that one has been very entertaining. It's been very underwhelming, at least to me, from the Aces standpoint in that series right there. But before I even get into anything in regards to WNBA, the breakdown in regards to all this stuff right here, as always, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any content I do drop over here on the channel. There's some news and stuff because it's been a minute since I have covered the WNBA or anything in regards to our ladies on this channel. It has been a little bit of a minute, so I got to catch up on some news. So bear with me as I go through some things. So the first thing I'm going to cover, the first thing I'm going to just jump for joy. Tanisha Wright has finally been fired. Gone. Get your ass out of here from the Atlanta Dream. That was one of the main things that I was hoping for and I was wanting to see for this WNBA offseason. Just period. You call me a hater all you want, but there was no coaching scheme. There was nothing. I was looking at the same bullcrap rotations and everything, and a coach that did not know how to use her players. Again, no philosophy, nothing from this team. Every single time she put them out there on the court, you benched one of your best players that you had out there, and then she sprained her ankle. So, of course, you got lucky that she didn't have to play her for the rest of the season. But either way, I am so glad they have gotten rid of Tanisha Wright. She did not deserve the job that she had over there with them, period. Get gone, Chicago Sky. We're going to talk about you in a second, but do not hire this woman. Do not hire this woman at all whatsoever. I can't even believe she held her job that long, but rightfully so. She deserved it. Got the Dream to a 48-68 record in the past 3 seasons. 3 seasons. Only made the playoffs twice and then the first round exit both times. Get gone. Bye. You out of here. Now, one I will say that I am a little bit not too happy about, though. Teresa Witherspoon's being fired, first year coach. And to me, she did very well, at least decent. She was learning on the fly. First time head coach, really. You could see it in regards to it. Of course, they finished the season 13-27. My thing with the Sky and there's some understanding, at least I would like to get some understanding in regards to hopefully more stuff comes out from them. But what were you actually trying to achieve this season? Because the player development, your rotations, and just seeing what you had, I believe that Teresa did that to an extent. Definitely, I do believe that she got the best out of the players and putting him in the correct position. Some players, I know they were a bit disgruntled. Yes, talking about you, Chocolate M&M, in regards to their spots and stuff that they had out there. But when I see Cardoso come back from a shoulder injury and she's inserted and she's literally kind of learning on the fly, especially after Liz went down, and just what she was able to actually do with that duo of her and Angel Reese, it was decent. And then, of course, to be able to control, and I really have to say control Kennedy Carter, her attitude, her flair, and everything that she would have with Kennedy Carter, to be able to get the best out of her with that wasn't bad. Requesting the trade, I really don't feel like that necessarily had too much to do with Teresa, which, of course, I would like to get some more extended information on that. I highly doubt that we will see that, which kind of sucks. But I don't believe that Teresa deserved to be fired after her first season. Now, if the Sky were trying to make the playoffs, they made it look kind of funny towards the end. I don't believe that should have been the plan for them at all. It was your first year with a mixing pot of players. You really didn't have the punch or anything to make a type of playoff push or run. So development, that's what I really felt like should have been the focus of this team, period, for the season. And I kind of felt like they were doing that. They definitely were, and the players look like they really did have a good respect for them, especially the young players, a good respect for her and cohesiveness there. So definitely firing Teresa after that first season really kind of just doesn't sit right, period, with me. Definitely a lot of questions to be asked over here from the Chicago Sky. But again, this is a franchise that just does funky, weird shit, period. So I shouldn't be surprised by this move at all whatsoever. Again, I do wish the best for Teresa Witherspoon. Hopefully she lands another job somewhere, or at least an assistant coach or something like that. Definitely let her learn more in regards to that role to prepare her for the next time. But yeah, that really does suck. And then, of course, all the rewards and stuff like that, we already know about that. Asia winning MVP, that was expected, unanimous. Caitlin Clark not getting the unanimous Rookie of the Year, very much flawed and kind of, not even kind of, was stupid. We all know that she was a Rookie of the Year. She put up the numbers. She did what she was supposed to do coming into the league. No one was close to being able to put up the numbers or the accolades or anything that she went out there and she did on the season. So no reason that she should not have won unanimous, just like Asia won unanimous in regards to the MVP. That was very, very, whoever decided to be petty and vote not to make it unanimous, take away the vote. They just don't deserve a vote at all whatsoever. But all right, going on over here to DraftKings, site that I play the most on, site that if you guys don't got an account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus to join you over here on the King. Now, I will say we've seen these teams, they played several times already on the season. They've already played a couple times through the playoffs. So looking at it, I will tell you my first rule whenever it comes down to playing playoff basketball and looking at teams, I do not play role players on the road. And when I say role players, really it's the bench, those bench players. And of course in the playoffs, you already know, WNBA, they play 40 minutes a game. I'm not looking really to those bench players or those quote unquote rotation pieces that come in really here. It's going to be the stars, going to be the main ones that I really want to focus on, especially on the road. And then of course, those that got their back against the wall. There's going to be some players that we're going to want to target in this Las Vegas Aces game right here. Of course, that we're going to be paying attention to and want to get up to when it comes down to it. Sorry, if you guys see me keep looking to the right, the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the game is on, so I'm going to keep looking to my TV on the right. But anyway, looking at it, of course, starting on the Minnesota side, when it comes down to it, Fee is going to be one of the main players that I'm going to want to go to, of course, when it comes down to it. If you want to pay up for this 11.5 price tag, rightfully so. It's just, she's going to go out there. She's going to play the whole game, especially if it's a close game, just like how they had to win. This is a 1-1 series. Now you have to go here on Connecticut's court and take one of these games from them, so that when you go back to your home court, you can go ahead and clean this and just sweep it out. Connecticut, I will say they will have the upper hand just because they are now playing on their home court in front of their home crowd, and they will have the juice behind them when it comes down to it in this game. Looking at it, Fee 11.5, we already know what she's going to go out there and do. She's very much going to play up. Now, I know I did say I really don't like to play the role players and key bench players and stuff like that. I will have to make an exception here when it comes down to it for players like Misha Hines-Allen, who will split those minutes with Alana Smith, especially when Alana gets herself into foul trouble. She played 33 minutes in that first game, 25 inside the second game, 30.5 fantasy points. She is really doing it in a sense with the stocks, and then also her peripheral stats that she's able to go out there and get for us on a night-to-night basis. Really do like the upside and everything that I am seeing from her there in that round. So I don't mind looking at her here. I will just temper my expectations, especially when it comes down to the minutes. But I do like Alana at the A6 price tag. I definitely can see a pivot or a swap coming down to Misha Hines-Allen, just because she will come in there and she will relieve her, especially if Alana was to get herself into foul trouble. We could see some MHA out there as well. I will say, of course, I know sometimes you got to worry about Courtney Williams in regards to her minutes, what she's going to get. But this is the big dogs. This is the time that the big dogs do come out and they play. If you saw in that last game, if I was able to do a breakdown would have said Courtney Williams, I was very much heavy on her, is because I know the step up, the game, the fact that they're going to be needing, you know, the playmaking, the vet experience out there. Courtney Williams, she was going to get those burns, those minutes. It wasn't going to be Heidemann going out there getting that run like what she had got last time. And then, of course, she was going to shoot better than what she did the first time. Here, I don't mind going to Courtney Williams, 7.7. That's definitely going to be a mid-tier price for a guard. I do not mind going out to play. That is definitely going to see those minutes. And then when it comes down to it between Carlton and Kayla McBride, she hasn't been bad out there, 21 and 21 fantasy points above game. She is going to have to pop eventually, especially if they are going to want to be able to take any of these games out there from them. I will say that Carrington doing a pretty damn good job in regards to defense, of course. So McBride, a little bit lesser on the back burner. I will say she'll be more of a GPP option. I will more focus on the guards over here from this New York Liberty Las Vegas Aces game. If I do take anything from over here on this side, the main one I will look to would just be Courtney Williams, just because she's not dealing with the Carrington defense, and she has been dealing with M. And of course, we already know you can literally blow past M or just the weak defense that she goes out there and she plays with. And then Alana Smith and Fee will be the main two I'll look to. I am not looking to any of these bench plays at all whatsoever, except for Misha Hines-Allen. That would be one I would take a sprinkle of, and that I would consider. Now over here on the Connecticut side, of course, Alyssa Thomas, long as M is starting in the starting lineup, she's definitely worth a play right there. Duana Bonner playing at home, has been playing very good. She's putting up some pretty good points, her rebounds and whatnot, 35, 40, 32, 41 fantasy points, and so far all the playoff games. 8.8, the price is too low to me, in all honesty. She's only got 100 price increase for her throughout pretty much, 3 games straight. I would go right back to Wnba Bonner. She's averaging practically 24-ish points and rebounds going up against this team, with Bree Jones not being able to play the minutes that she normally would play out there on the court, just due to the fact of the bum shoulder that she has, and then also the pace of play that everyone is playing at. We're seeing Wnba Bonner kind of play the power forward / center position. That is what she's playing if you pay attention and you're watching them out there. So the rebound upside for her is there. And then, of course, the peripheral stats she go out there and get. And if she stays locked in on the defensive side, I'm not going to say she's going to go out there and get 5 steals again, but that's definitely a possibility whenever it comes down to Skinny being out there, if she actually decides she wants to. Outside of that, Carrington, of course, 8-3. That's definitely another guard play that we can go to. Again, role players, they do tend to play much better at home. So I definitely can see myself going to Carrington. Not going to mess with Bree Jones. Like I said, those minutes are down. But if you're trying to take a sprinkle for a very, very great GPP upside play that no one is going to play, no one is going to lock in Bree Jones. I wouldn't even lock in Bree Jones, straight up. But if you want to mess with that, I definitely could see taking a sprinkle, taking a stab, and just hope for the best in regards to what she can go out there and do. That would be something I would consider. Outside of that, everyone else over here on the bench, I'm not going to go to it. 0-0, I know that some people might want to take a stab there just because, of course, yes, they're playing at home. She's a role player. Possibly she can play decent run out there at the center spot because they have been going to her over Bree Jones. But AT, I would expect AT to play more of those minutes right there at center. They have had pretty good success with her out there, but I will say in the minutes that she's played, whenever she is getting at least double-digit minutes in the playoffs, she's looking very good out there. So that would be one I would consider, but 5-6 is a bit expensive to me in regards to taking a play right there. Now, the player that I would have to consider off of the bench over here, especially because Ty Harris, of course, we know she's dealing with the ankle. She's not really seeing too many minutes. And even whenever she's out there on the court, I'm really not a big fan of going to her, is Burton. Burton, she's seeing those minutes that you would normally see Ty go out there and play. 20-ish minutes in pretty much every game that they have played so far on the playoffs. Eventually, one of these games, she's going to pop. I'll give it to her. She'll pop. If they're going to continue to give her at least 20 minutes, definitely would be a GPP option that you definitely can mess with and go to. I can see the upside being there for her. Not something that I'm going to plant a flag and feel like you have to get to. Just understand she can go out there and bust and get you about 5 fantasy points, which is just the downside whenever it comes down to her being out here on the court. I'm going to go straight over to Las Vegas Aces because that's the side. They are the ones with the back against the wall. 11-7 for A'ja Wilson, 11-5 for Fee. Who are you going to play? Who are you going to go with? I understand that Jonko Jones has done a pretty good job going up against A'ja Wilson. And the fact that A'ja, pretty much in that second half of the game, somewhat was finally more aggressive and what I was hoping to see from her. She put up 40 fantasy points going up against the Liberty in the second game, 39 fantasy points in the first game. I would be damn surprised if A'ja doesn't come out here and drop 50, 55, 60 fantasy points against them in an elimination game for them. I would be floored if she did not. I very much want to build around A'ja Wilson and Chelsea Gray for the fact of this is an elimination game. This isn't the first game of the series. This isn't the second game of the series. They're on their home court. They are fighting to stay in the playoffs. When I say that they should be out there playing, Chelsea should be out there probably playing about 38 minutes. Give her just 2 minutes of rest. I would be surprised if she's not going be out there for that long. But Chelsea Gray, A'ja Wilson, those are going to be the two main players that I want to get to and lock into a line. Now, outside of that, Kelsey Plum, she looked putrid out there in that second game. Picked up 2 ticky-tacky fouls in the first quarter. Didn't get to see her normal run, of course. Honestly, Plum should not be on the Aces next season. I've been saying that for quite some time. Some people think I'm crazy in regards to it, but I've always thought Plum is the weak link when it comes down to this team. Jackie Young, she definitely picked up slack, played pretty great, 34 fantasy points. 8-5, you definitely can mess with it and go there, but I'll be honest. If it's not A'ja, it's not Gray, I'm really not too interested in too many other pieces over here. Hayes, of course, she's getting the minutes. She's getting the burn. Clark, she's in the starting lineup, and I don't mind going to her for value just because she will camp out in those corners. She's going to primarily take 3-point shots because that's what she's there for, to help stretch the floor. So I don't mind looking at her, especially at that 5-3 price tag. Let you come up off of that Veronica Burton. Heidemann, 0-0. Let's you come up off of some of those players that you would be kind of forced to want to get to for value. So Clark, I definitely will see her be more of the chalky value that will be in play on the day. If you want to get different, definitely just come up, play Tiffany Hayes. She is roughly going out there playing 20-ish minutes, and she's looked good. The slashing is definitely there for her, as well as what she can do on the defensive side. And then the playmaking, she's comes in and she's freaking getting more assists than Chelsea Gray, who's actually going out there and starting. Now going over here to New York side, Liberty have looked pretty good. Even though they limited Brianna Stewart in that second game out there, they still look good. And primarily that is due to the fact that Sabrina Ionescu is playing out of her mind. This is what a healthy Sabrina looks like when she's out there on the court. She played great. Now, if they're going to shut down Stewie, they're going to limit Jonko Jones in regards to what she's doing out there. Of course, you got a hampered Laney who, for whatever reason, now they want to limit her minutes when they played her pretty much full burn and run going up against Atlanta. I still don't understand how all of a sudden she went from playing 33 minutes. I didn't see anything in regards to injury or anything like that. Now all of a sudden we're playing her in 5-minute spurts. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And if they ever take her off of her minute cap limit, whatever it is, I definitely could see rolling out Laney for the value that she will have, because I do feel like defense should be keying in on trying to slow down Sabrina, because Sabrina is cooking them. She's killing them out there. 21 points, 24 points, 5 assists in both games, getting defensive stats that we don't see from Sabrina out there. She's playing great. 10-2. Definitely don't mind trying to fit Sabrina, but I don't think that you need to go there for her today. I will say, out of all of the big three over here, Jonko Jones would be the safer one to me, just because she's played well versus the Aces throughout the whole year. I don't mind going to her with the key hope that Stu is going to be limited and they're going to key into Sabrina. JJ, I know she has the assist upside. She, of course, is going to go out there and rebound like a mofo. And then, of course, just the double-digit scoring and what she goes out there and does with that. All those things will be there for her, so I don't mind looking at her instead of the other two. Now, outside of that, you definitely can mess with Phoebich, who is starting, of course. She's playing decent. Not really giving us too much out there. Not looking to anybody on the bench, except for, unfortunately, I have to consider Courtney Vandersloot, who had a pretty decent game. 20 minutes, 22.5 fantasy points. You got to consider the vet, especially on the road. You know, you will kind of lean more towards what your vets can actually do. She would be another exception I would make, just like Nisha Hines-Allen, just for 5'8", coming off the bench. We know if the shot is falling, she can definitely do it and get there, especially if defenses are keyed into Sabrina. Maybe you take Phoebich out, or Laney, of course, on this weird funky minute limit that they have her on. We could see a decent another 20-ish minutes for Sloot if the shot is falling and she's feeling comfortable out there. That would definitely be something I would look to and consider. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys got something from me. If you guys really didn't get it, I'll give you guys a quick core that I really do actually like, and I think that leaves you some room to build and mess with, and some things that you can consider. This leaves you with 71-3 for the rest of your lineup. Bonner, Gray, Asia Wilson. I like that. This has immense upside for what you can do for the rest of the slate. So good luck to everybody. Hopefully you guys got a little something from this video. Drop a like on the video if you guys did enjoy the content. We have NBA as well today. Peace.